the FTX estate will begin paying out the large creditors, those who were owed more than $50,000. Those creditors will be paid out by the end of May, and they're going to get 119 cents on the dollar. So they're going to actually get more than the dollar amount at the time of the collapse. Of course, this is less than their holdings would actually be worth had they been paid in kind in crypto. Still, they will not be losing technically in terms of the dollar amount. Now, this is likely quite bullish for Bitcoin and crypto markets. And I think as we've seen a survey, 79 from a survey that was published a month or two ago, 79% of FTX creditors actually plan to reinvest their payments into cryptocurrencies. So this is a large pool of money that is likely going to be entering the market sometime towards the end of May.
Pretty wild. And then the next story, I guess our last story, is a financial service firm, Brown Brothers Harmon, BBH. Apparently they're a big deal. I've never heard of them. But they published the results of their 2025 Global ETF Investor Survey. So this is a survey that's given to institutional level investors, not like investors like you and me or my mom or something like that. This is not the retail investors, right? And in that survey, 76% of the U.S. investors answered that they plan to boost crypto ETF holdings in the coming year. So people, institutional level investors are really bullish on crypto. And I'd like to say this as an aside. I'm going to write about this actually this week. I already have a story, but I'll give you a little preview, which is, I think if you look at institutions versus like crypto Twitter, for example, the institutions are a lot more bullish crypto right now than people in crypto, you know? And this survey is an example of that. People who went to DAS, right, the Digital Asset Summit, was that 2 weeks ago, in an institutional conference event, that a lot of people said that as well, right? These institutions are, they kind of remind me of where maybe we were or people in crypto were during DeFi summer, you know? So the institutions move more slowly, and so it takes a little more time for them to kind of get up to speed, both mentally and then kind of in infrastructure. And they really are like singing the praises of decentralization and transparency and censorship resistance and stuff. Meanwhile, all the jaded people maybe on this stream right now, who've been in the trenches this cycle with pumped up fund stuff and like Libra and Trump token, I feel like we are all jaded and like we don't care about these kind of axioms of crypto, right? But the institutions do, and I think that they are way more bullish on a kind of a fundamental level than we are.
Okay, so we've got strong signals from institutions indicating that if you are in the crypto trenches and you have some dry powder, now might not be the worst time to deploy it, especially as we see Bitcoin and crypto markets kind of in a free fall here the last couple of days. And there's one other thing that I'd like to note on the ETF flows, which is that traditionally ETFs have their lowest amount of flows in the first year the ETF is issued. Now, Bitcoin ETFs, I think, did a net around $40 billion of inflows in 2024, the first year. It's likely, if you look at the historical data for ETFs, it's likely that number is going to be higher in 2025 and higher yet again in 2026. The flows ramp up. They ramp up slowly. In Bitcoin's case, they started off obviously record high, like breaking records, But if history is any indication, the flows will continue.
Yep.
So,
and, I also just want to caveat one thing for anyone listening, right? The way that we structure this weekly thing is we basically take what we think are the biggest stories, themes of the week, and then we share them with you guys. We're not trying to necessarily do anything bullish, but there is a lot of bullish stuff out there. Now you look at the price on a Sunday night right now, and it's down only for a while. I think in the short term, and I wrote about this in my newsletter last week, I could see us hitting back into the 70s, and so I've been kind of pretty happy with myself on that. And so the things that we've been talking about on this weekly, which have all happened in the past week, I think are kind of more mid to long-term bullish things. So again, if you're listening to this and then looking at the price and being like, these guys are idiots, the price is going down only. Maybe different time frames.
Yeah. These are all data points that you can use to build your conviction for a mid to long-term time frame in order to allow you, I think, well, for me anyway, that's how I think, to actually buy when the prices are down like this. It's hard to do that. It's always hard to do that. It's scary. But when you look at all the bullish things that are happening in Bitcoin and crypto, it can help you build conviction.